When you hear the term toxic, many immediately think of a controlling partner, a demeaning friend, or an unsupportive family member. It's a topic that has gained significant attention in recent years, and for good reason. According to a study by the National Domestic Violence Hotline, over 60% of young adults aged 18 to 24 have experienced some form of abusive behavior in their romantic relationships. However, toxic relationships are not limited to romantic involvements. They can also be found in friendships, family connections, and even in the workplace. These relationships are characterized by patterns of abuse, manipulation, and control that are pervasive and often difficult to identify. According to the World Health Organization, prolonged exposure to toxic relationships can lead to a range of mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, and lowered self-esteem. Furthermore, these relationships can have tangible physical consequences. Ailments such as insomnia and heart conditions are frequently linked to the persistent strain caused by toxic interpersonal dynamics. Rihanna is a name synonymous with chart-topping hits, avant-garde fashion, and global icon status, celebrated for her fierce individuality and unapologetic authenticity. However, behind the glittering facade of stardom, her relationship with fellow artist Chris Brown took a tumultuous turn in 2009. Bringing the issue of toxic relationships into the spotlight. Their whirlwind romance was the talk of the town. They were young, wildly successful, and appeared to be deeply in love. The media often portrayed them as lovebirds, frequently seen laughing together, attending awards shows, and collaborating on musical projects. However, beneath this glamorous exterior lay a darker reality. On February 8, 2009, the world was shocked when news outlets, including CNN, reported that Chris Brown had assaulted Rihanna. In the aftermath of that night, Rihanna courageously took the difficult step of separating from her partner and seeking legal protection. In subsequent interviews, she delved into the complexities of their relationship, shedding light on the escalating pattern of control, mistrust, and violence. She spoke of the duality of her emotions, where love and fear coexisted. Rihanna's revelations were eye-opening to many, emphasizing that toxic relationships do not discriminate based on fame, fortune, or social standing. Following such high-profile testimonials like Rihanna's, there has been an increased emphasis on academic research to better understand the nature, dynamics, and outcomes of toxic relationships. Before we move forward, we would like to let you know that this video is meant for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Now let's continue our journey to understand mental health better. A groundbreaking 2018 study from the American Psychological Association, APA, revealed that nearly 33% of Americans admitted to being in a toxic relationship. At some point in their lives, however, what's even more concerning is how these toxic environments affect mental health. The World Health Organization, WHO, found in a 2019 report that individuals in toxic relationships were 50% more likely to suffer from depression and 65% more likely to experience anxiety disorders. Additionally, a Harvard study linked toxic relationships to physiological problems like cardiovascular diseases, suggesting that the harm extends beyond emotional distress to physical health as well. Furthermore, there is a noticeable lack of culturally sensitive research in this domain. There's an urgent need for more inclusive studies that account for diverse experiences and backgrounds. The Journal of Interpersonal Violence defines toxic relationships as interactions between individuals that result in physical or emotional harm and behaviors such as manipulation, aggression, and control. These relationships can manifest in various forms, including romantic relationships. One of the most discussed forms of toxic interactions occurs in romantic partnerships. According to a study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, nearly 10% of U.S. adults reported experiencing some form of relationship violence in the past year. Toxic friendships are particularly prevalent among younger populations. The National Association of School Psychologists reports that 15% of middle school students and 12% of high school students have experienced toxic friendships. These relationships are often characterized by peer pressure, consistent negativity, or one-sidedness, where one individual seems to invest significantly more than the other. Familial ties, while foundational, are not immune to toxicity. Common signs of toxic family relationships include overprotectiveness, manipulation, the use of guilt, and the refusal to recognize boundaries. Workplace relationships are not exempt from toxicity. A 2020 Forbes survey found that 64% of employees have experienced or witnessed toxic behavior in their professional settings, such as bullying, excessive criticism, or the spread of harmful rumors. Understanding the magnitude and prevalence of poisonous relationships goes beyond statistics. It involves recognizing the widespread nature of the issue, which often remains unspoken and misinterpreted. Key indicators of a toxic relationship to look out for may include emotional manipulation, making you feel guilty or responsible for the other person's emotions. Controlling behavior, dictating who you should spend time with, what you should wear, or how you should behave. Constant criticism, regularly putting you down or making you feel inadequate. Neglect or stonewalling, refusing to communicate or address issues. Gaslighting, making you doubt your reality or memories. Recognizing these signs is pivotal in understanding and addressing the toxicity in relationship. The first step, aside from consulting professional therapists and counselors and joining support groups, involves exploring established treatment modalities that can help individuals reclaim their autonomy and self-worth. In a world where toxic relationships are prevalent, understanding their intricacies and developing effective strategies to address them is crucial. Here are some recommendations for education and empowerment. Education. Familiarize yourself with the signs of toxic relationships. Institutions like Harvard's Making Caring Common Project recommend regular workshops and seminars on relationship literacy. These have proven effective in equipping individuals with the tools to identify and address toxic patterns. Seek professional guidance and early intervention. Receiving guidance from professionals is crucial. Early intervention can help address toxic relationship patterns before they become deeply ingrained, offering support and strategies tailored to individual needs. Establishing boundaries. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, NIAMD, setting clear boundaries can deter manipulative behaviors and protect one's mental well-being. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and safeguarding personal mental health. Stay connected with support systems. A 2019 study from the University of Cambridge highlights the crucial role a robust support system plays in helping individuals recognize and exit toxic relationships. Regular check-ins with loved ones can provide touch points of clarity and reality, offering valuable perspective and support. Prioritize self-care and engage in activities that reinforce self-worth. The American Psychological Association, APA, underscores the importance of self-care in building resilience against psychological stresses. Navigating the labyrinth of human relationships is always challenging, especially when confronted with toxicity. However, armed with knowledge, supported by professionals, and buoyed by a community of well-wishers, one can not only recognize and exit toxic relationships, but also rebuild and thrive. Remember, acknowledging the signs of toxicity is the first step towards reclaiming your well-being and finding healthier connections. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on mental health and personal growth.